deal? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about how to build a calm, cozy, modern living room. One that looks good, feels good, and fits your lifestyle. Now, I know a lot of guys follow me, and I gotta say this. The first thing most of us think about when we move into a new apartment or a new house is the TV. You walk in and you start measuring like, I bet I can get a little 75 inch right here. I could put a 100 inch right here above the fireplace. Listen, I've done that so many times before in my life, and I know a couple of y'all that done it before in your life. We here with it. But moving forward, do not let that be the first thing that you buy for your home. Before the TV even goes up, you have to build the foundation, because that's what actually makes your setup look clean and feel complete. And now that we got that out of the way, let's get into this video. Now, before you even start thinking about lighting or decor, you've got to get the foundation right. The core pieces are what shape everything else in your living room. How it looks, how it feels, how it flows. Start by assessing your place. Look around. How big is your living room? Do you have a lot of natural light, or is it more enclosed? Now, those details matter because they determine the color palette of your place. Even the kind of furniture that all makes sense. If your place is smaller, doesn't have that much natural light, go with lighter tones. It'll make everything feel more open, more fresh. Me personally, y'all know me, I lean toward a lighter aesthetic because for me, I feel like it brings positive energy in the room. But if you have tall ceilings or a place that has a lot of sunlight, you can get away with the darker, moodier palette, and it still can feel elevated and grounded. Now, once we got that figured out, then we start with the couch. The couch is the anchor. I've been saying this on my other videos. Your couch is your anchor. It's the first thing people look at when they walk into the room. It's probably the piece of furniture that you're going to use the most. Now, you want something that's comfortable, and you also want something that's going to fit the proportions of your space. If your living room is small, a sleek, nice 3-seater or sectional works. If you got more room, go deeper. Something with structure, but still cozy enough to relax on every day. Now, I love my couch. Everybody asks me where I got my couch from. I got my couch from our house. My couch is definitely like a modern style couch. My biggest thing was I needed to look clean. I needed to look not pure white, but I needed to have that white feel to it. It could be a little off-white, but also I wanted a sectional, but I needed the sectional to look different. A little bit more on the modern side, not just your everyday sectional. And that's what I went with. It looks more structured. It looks like it should be in those contemporary museums, but you still get that comfortability factor. I love my couch. It can fit so many people, and I'm 6'3", so I can lounge on every which side of this couch and feel comfortable. Now, I'll get it. Some people like to take it a little further and get those couches that are super low to the ground, and like the backrest is like super low. I've always thought about going that route, but I'm like, it don't look comfortable. Nah, I still need something to look great, but also comfortable. Now, then there's the rug. The area rug, y'all, is so important. It can make or break your setup. And I've seen it break setups all the time. It defines your space, adds warmth, and brings everything together. And make sure it's big enough. I don't follow many rules, but the front legs of your couch should always sit on the rug. And choose something that adds texture without fighting your color palette. Now, my rug is a white rug, but also has a small gray pattern. And I thought that was just enough to where it's not a full white, and it adds a little more depth to the living room. So in my space, the rug softens the clean lines and brings that cozy feel that balances the modern look. Once your core pieces are in place, now it's time to build around them. The parts that add balance and function. Now, this is definitely optional, but for me, my living room is a little bit on the larger side. And I noticed where I placed my couch and how I wanted my living room to sit. I knew I had a very open space and it felt a little empty by my windows. So this is just an idea, so let's just start with the bench. So if you have space behind the couch or a window like I do, a bench is a sleeper move. It adds an extra seating option. It gives visual weight to the back of the room. It's the perfect spot for decor, books, even storage. If you want to slide some storage up underneath, you could. But I would challenge you not to just get a regular old bench. Get something with a little texture, just like I did here. A little texture, a little different vibe will take it a long way. Next, the coffee table. This is where form meets function. And I see a lot of people get it wrong. And that's okay, because when you order something online, and you get it, you be like, well, I got it. I got to figure it out. I got to make it work. And it's like a hassle to send it back. But I would encourage you to check the dimension. Do everything you need to do to really think about how this centerpiece of your living room is going to look. Don't go too bulky. Don't go too small. Find something that's going to complement your couch and your rug. And once you get it, I like to style mine with a few intentional pieces. A candle, a couple books. It's all about balance. And I want to say this too. Don't be afraid to like something now and then a year from now change it. I'm doing the exact same thing. I have a coffee table that I liked, and everybody's like, oh, it looks like a Reese's peanut butter cup. It does, but it flows. I want to do something different. And once I get it, I'll show you guys and do like an update video for my living room, but I want to do something different. So don't be afraid to change things in your living room. Once you have your coffee table, then we have the media console. Now, for some people, you don't need a media console because maybe you have a fireplace in the living room and there's no room for a media console, so I get that. But for most of us, a media console is necessary. So this is where most people stop at the TV, but the console below it adds a ton of character. It grounds the wall and creates symmetry. Go for something that's gonna hide the cables, give you storage, and that is kind of symmetrical to your TV. Now, if it's off a little bit, maybe it's a little wider, maybe it's a little smaller than your TV, that's okay. But it'll look very intentional. You don't want to fit this small media console underneath a 100-inch TV. It ain't gonna look right. It's just not gonna look right. So be intentional. If you want to style it, keep it simple. Books, lamps, art leaned against the wall, all types of stuff that you can do, but keep it simple. You don't want to make this look very cluttered. All right, y'all been patient. Now we're circling back to what I said in the beginning of the video. Let's talk about the TV. This is where all of us geek out. Think about the size of your wall and the distance between the couch and the wall. Now I get it, because I'm kind of like this too. I'm kind of like, yo, go big or go home, period. If I'm watching football on it, sports, go big or go home. And a lot of us are like that. But guess what, y'all? You don't need the biggest TV on the market. You don't. You do not. You need the right one for your space. And I will say, if you can fit a 100-inch TV and it don't look crazy, go do it. Go do it. Go get that. Now, maybe the 100-inch doesn't fit. Maybe the 75-inch fits. Go get the 75. It's okay. Get the 75. And if you have a man cave, get the 100. I know we want the big TV, but if it makes your living room look insane and it's way too big, you can walk into somebody's house and be like, that's a big TV, but it's outdoing the space and it doesn't look proportioned. You want everything to look right. You want everything to look proportionate. So if you need to get a 75, get a 75. Now, personally, in my living room, I'm running a LG 86-inch TV. Now, do I want a 100-inch? You bet your ass I do. Now, mounting, make sure you mount it very cleanly, or if you're renting and you can't really put holes in your walls, get a low profile stand. I've seen a lot that are like really modern, that look really dope. And of course, you can't have a good setup, can't have good entertainment without sound. I'm running a Sonos sound system in my living room. A sound bar, the Sonos Arc, the Sonos Mini Sub, and 2 Sonos 300s on stand that act as my rears behind the couch. And it completely changes the experience 100%. Movie nights hit different, game days sound fuller, and music that feels like you're in the room with the artist or like you're just on stage. It sounds so good, and you don't have to go with Sonos. There's plenty other quality speakers out there on the market today, but make sure if you're gonna invest in entertainment, if you're gonna invest in sound, you're gonna spend some money here. But also, you don't have to do it all at once. Maybe you just get a sound bar for now, or maybe you just get a sound bar and a sub for now, and then you start adding on pieces over time. I get it. When you're trying to build a living room, it takes time. Not all of us can just throw everything in at once and say, all right, 10 G's, 12, 15 G's right here. Not everybody can do that. So piece by piece. But if you're building a setup, invest in sound quality. It's what brings everything to life. All right, one of my favorite things to talk about when we talk about like mood is lighting. I always talk about lighting because it's so important. Lighting is everything. You can have all the right furniture and still ruin the vibe if your lighting is off. I always recommend layering the light. No overhead lighting, accent lighting, and ambient lights. Smart bulbs or LED strips make it easy to shift the mood throughout the day. During the day, bright and natural. At night, dim and warm. And hell, you can throw some color in there, but make it a vibe. The goal is to create depth. Soft light that fills the corners, warm tones that make your space feel relaxed. My rule, if it feels harsh, it's too bright. You wanna walk into your place and it's a smooth vibe. Low light, chilling, vibing. get you a little drink, sit down, eat you a little food, watch a little game, put on a little movie. I'm telling you, get you a vibe going on in there. Now, here's where your living room becomes your living room. Add life and personality through small details. Plants bring balance and a touch of nature, even if it's just one or two. If you don't have a green thumb, go with something easy like a ZZ plant or a snake plant. Also, scents change the whole vibe. Candles, diffusers, incense, whatever fits your mood. You know I always keep something burning in the background to set the mood. That's just me. Y'all know how I do. Then decor. This is where you show your story. Coffee table books, small art pieces that show your personality, maybe a couple pieces that you brought back from your travels. Keep it clean but intentional. Less is more when everything has meaning. At this point, your place should feel cool, calm, collected, and connected to you. Modern, but still lived in. So that's my approach on building a calm, cozy, modern living room. It's not about rushing to fill the space. It's about taking your time and layering the right pieces until it feels balanced. Whether you're in a high-rise apartment like me or a small apartment, it's all about creating a space that feels like home. Now, if you found this helpful, drop a like, subscribe to this channel, and let me know down in the comments what kind of vibe are you going for in your space. Y'all know the deal. Each one, teach one. I would love to know. Until next time, elevating your space one day at a time. It's your boy JB signing off. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.